In a development that has shocked FC Barcelona fans and football pundits alike, it appears that Frenkie de Jong's time at the Catalan club could be drawing to a close. The Dutch midfielder, once considered one of the brightest talents in European football, may find himself on the move in the upcoming transfer windows after a reported falling out with manager Hansi Flick. According to sources from Fischages and other insider reports, the tension between Flick and de Jong has reached a boiling point, leading to serious discussions regarding the player's future at Barcelona. The Spanish Super Cup and the beginning of tension. The catalyst for this potential exit stems from a rather unexpected source: Barcelona's victory over Athletic Club in the Spanish Super Cup. On the surface, Barcelona's 2-1 win, which secured their place in the competition's final, should have been a cause for celebration. Yet, underneath the surface, things were anything but smooth. Although Barcelona managed to overcome Athletic Club, it was the performance of one of their star midfielders, Frenkie de Jong, that became a topic of heated discussion in the aftermath of the match. In the game, de Jong was substituted in with the intention of adding fresh legs and energy to a Barcelona side that was struggling to secure their lead. However, his contribution to the game fell well short of expectations, drawing criticism from the most unlikely of sources, his own manager, Hansi Flick. Despite Barcelona managing to keep their lead, de Jong's display during his time on the pitch left much to be desired. In fact, according to several reports, it is said that Flick was particularly disappointed with de Jong's overall contribution, which has reportedly soured their relationship. Flick's frustration, a key moment in the relationship. What appeared to be an ordinary substitution during a tense match against Athletic Club became the breaking point in a relationship that had been under strain for months. After the game, it was clear that Flick was not pleased with de Jong's performance. It wasn't just the fact that de Jong didn't make an impact on the attack, it was his defensive mishap that caused the most concern. The Dutch midfielder almost gifted Athletic Club a goal after a defensive mistake, although the effort was ruled offside by the linesman. However, the incident highlighted a recurring issue with de Jong's consistency and reliability in critical moments of matches. Despite a few glimpses of attacking promise, including a near-miss shot on goal, de Jong's overall performance during this important match raised serious questions about his ability to fit into the tactical framework that Flick is trying to implement at Barcelona. As a result, Flick's frustration seemed to grow. The manager is known for his meticulous tactical approach and high expectations from his players, and de Jong's performance did not meet those standards. In the eyes of Flick, de Jong's inconsistent performances had become a liability rather than an asset to the team. This frustration appears to have reached a tipping point, with sources revealing that Flick has privately urged Barcelona's president, Joan Laporta, to take immediate action. Flick has reportedly asked Laporta to arrange for de Jong's departure from the club as soon as possible, signaling a decisive and potentially irreversible rift between the midfielder and his manager. The contractual dilemma, de Jong's uncertain future. One of the most significant aspects of this situation is Frenkie de Jong's contract, which is set to run until 2026. This extended commitment had initially seemed to solidify his long-term future at Barcelona. After all, de Jong was once considered one of the most sought-after midfielders in world football when he made the move to Barcelona from Ajax in 2019. His technical abilities, vision, and composure on the ball made him the perfect fit for the Blaugrana's style of play. However, after a few inconsistent seasons, de Jong's future at the club is now hanging by a thread, with Flick's decision to push for his departure adding fuel to the fire. Barcelona had hoped to see de Jong evolve into one of the pillars of their midfield, but his time at the club has been marred by moments of brilliance that have been overshadowed by lapses in concentration and form. With Flick's growing discontent and the club's willingness to entertain offers for de Jong, it's clear that the midfielder's standing within the team has significantly diminished. In a move that reflects the growing uncertainty surrounding de Jong's future at Barcelona, sources close to the club have suggested that Barcelona is now open to listening to offers for the Dutch international. However, the club's willingness to part ways with a player of De Jong's caliber is not without its risks. Despite his struggles in recent seasons, the midfielder still holds significant market value, even if that value has been impacted by his lack of consistency in recent months. This drastic shift in De Jong's standing within the squad is a reflection of the growing divide between the player and his manager. Barcelona, under Flick's leadership, will now need to navigate the difficult task of finding a suitable replacement for De Jong, a player who arrived with immense expectations and was initially seen as one of the cornerstones of the club's future. De Jong's future, potential suitors and transfer speculation. While De Jong's future at Barcelona is far from certain, it's becoming increasingly clear that he could be a player on the move in the near future. His name is already being mentioned in transfer rumors, with several top European clubs reportedly keeping an eye on the situation. Although Barcelona's asking price for De Jong has reportedly decreased due to his strained relationship with Flick and his perceived decline in form, the midfielder still possesses a wealth of talent that could attract significant interest from other clubs across Europe. Teams in the Premier League, Serie A, and the Bundesliga are all said to be monitoring De Jong's situation closely. Clubs with a strong midfield need, such as Manchester United, Chelsea, Juventus, and Bayern Munich, could be potential suitors, especially if Barcelona is willing to sell the player at a reduced price. While De Jong's form has dipped in recent years, his quality as a player cannot be denied. A move to another club could potentially reignite his career and allow him to rediscover the form that once made him one of the most highly regarded midfielders in the world. However, with his contract running until 2026, any potential suitor would have to navigate a complex negotiation process with Barcelona. Despite their willingness to part with De Jong, the Catalan club will likely want to recoup as much